Hello, men. This is your pastor, and I'm here to invite you to join us in a marvelous movement that I'm calling the MMW Movement Men, Moms, and Women. Men's, mom, and women. As you know, it is time to vote, and voting is something that everyone ought to be doing in these kinds of days. And the church is called to subject themselves to those who are in authority over them, but we need to understand that there is power in electing those who will be over us. The Mount Zion Church does not endorse any candidate, but what the church does is it invites people to make sure that they go out and exercise their right to vote that so many people have died for, given their life for, and even have been crucified, if you will, for the vote. So I want you to join me in helping to get people out to vote, but not any persons. I want you to help me to make sure that the people who are around you are safe during this time of voting. As you know, there's a pandemic going around, and there's all kinds of other issues occurring in our nation today, and we need men to step up to the plate. And what I want you to do, I know it may sound crazy, but I need you to do this, and I'm serious about it. I need all men to take your mom to the ballot box, but I really need you to do this. Starting during the Labor Day weekend, they're going to start sending out these requests for the ballot, the request for you to ask for a ballot from the Secretary of State office. And once they ask for you to fill out this application, very short, doesn't take very much time, they want you to mail that. Put that in the mailbox, or either take it down to the post office, or you can even take it to the Board of Election, I believe. And here's what you need to do. I want you to take your mom. I want you to take your women. That means your spouse, your sister, your daughter, your auntie, your grandmother, to turn that request in to the post office. I want you to take charge and be a man and make sure that this occurs and that your family is safe. Mom and all of the sisters, taken by men to the post office, the request. And then I want you to celebrate after you come home that you've done your duty in that respect. Secondly, I want all men, that means adult men, that means teenager men who are 18 and over, that means young adult men. You are a man if you're 18 and over, okay? So I want you then, secondly, when the ballot comes back to your homes, I want you to take the mail-in ballot to the post office. If you can't take it to a post office, take it to the mailbox. But if you can't do any of those two things, take it down to your county board of election. And I want you to drive them down there, your mom, your grandmom, your aunt, your uncle, your wife, your spouse, your significant other sister. I want you to take them, all men. Say all men. That's right. I want you to take them down there. I want you to take them down there to return their mail-in ballot. And I want you to do that early, as early as you can. Come home, have dinner, and celebrate what you did as a man in taking these sisters down to the post office box or board of election. Now, the third thing I want you to do is very simple. I want you to vote early in person. And I do not want your mom, your grandmom, your aunt, your wife going down to the place that they're going to vote. If they're going to vote early, they're going to the Board of Election. If they're going to vote the day of election, I believe that's November 3rd or whatever it is, I want you to take them to their voting site. Get in the car, get on the bus, and take them to their voting site. I want you to take your mom, your grandmother, your aunt, your wife, your sister, your daughter, whatever. And I want you to escort them there and then come home afterwards and celebrate what you did as a man during this time. You don't want your women out there right now going anywhere during this election without you. And you are called to be the protector of your family and your home. Listen to me. You got to rethink this thing that I'm not going to vote. And you got to rethink this thing about being intimidated not to vote. And you got to rethink this thing that you're apathetic not to vote. Okay? You need not to be thinking that way. Why? Listen to me. 4 reasons. 1, if you do not vote, you give others the power to make decisions for you. Man, you don't need nobody else make no decisions for you because you didn't vote. Secondly, failing to vote gives a small portion of Americans great power over the majority. You don't need nobody to speak up for you. You're a man. And you got women. And we're to protect them. And you've got a family. Thirdly, voting is a privilege. Don't squander it. Don't squander it. You're a man. Men do not squander privileges. They take advantage of privileges and they take them seriously. The 4th thing, silence implies consent. If you fail to vote, you forfeit the right to complain, period. And so you're not going to let no one else vote on your behalf, and you're not going to be silent. You're going to make it. And here again, I don't care who you vote for. That's your right and personal. I'm not invading upon that. I want you to be a man and make sure your family is protected during this time of pandemic. And you are a man. I want you to do what Pastor Macon is saying to do. We're doing it at the Mount Zion Church. Pastor Larry is. He's taking his family and the women. Pastor Dan is taking his family and the ladies. Pastor is doing it. My mom is long gone, but I have surrogate moms, and I'm willing to take my surrogate moms to go. There is some men up there, Deacon Watkins and Deacon Elder James Motley and Deacon Elder Fleming Shy and other men are going to join us in this men's movement that's called the MMW, Men, Mom, Women Movement. Will you join me? Pastors are going to be doing this all across the city. We're doing this not only for us, but we're doing it for our children, our boys and our girls. We're showing them what it means to be a man during the time of electing a candidate. I need you to stand up for your young girls and your children. Will you be a man with me? Will you be a man with me? You're a man on the football field. You're a man on the basketball court. You are a man when you go out there and dance on the dance floor. You are a man when you are a lawyer, when you're a teacher. You are a man when you read certain kinds of books. You are a man when you have certain kinds of ethics. And don't let nobody tell you that you're not a man. You be the man that God has called you to be. This is your pastor talking. This is not your pastor talking. I'm your friend talking. But I've got other pastors all across this city who has joined us in the MMW movement. Dr. Otis Moss Jr., the great civil rights activist, the man who pastors Olivet Institutional Baptist Church as pastor emeritus. He is